Hey everyone, welcome back to the No More Excuses podcast, where I, Sandy Ballard, your badass business coach and host, empower you to build your business, boost your confidence, and achieve incredible success. And today, as you can see, if you're watching the recording, I have my beautiful friend Soof on here to help me. But today I want to dive into a crucial topic, but aren't they all crucial? For business owners and professionals, I want to talk about mastering workflow management. So having more hours in the day, we all want that, right? And it's not going to happen. So managing your time is how you're going to find, in a sense, more hours in the day. Workflow management, automation, it can all help you save time, boost your productivity, and ensure that you're working smarter, not harder. We've all heard that, right? So talking about understanding workflow management, it's all about streamlining processes to make your work more efficient and effective. And that's the backbone of productivity, allowing you to handle your tasks systematically and reduce wasted time and effort. So over the next few weeks, I'll be sharing more tips and strategies on how to optimize your workflow. But today, again, Soof, that's SOOF as in Frank. And like she said, it rhymes with proof. She's an amazing CRM expert, and I want her to share how automation and CRM can help you save time, money, and your sanity. So welcome, Soof, and go introduce yourself and tell everyone how you can help them.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sandy, and thank you for having me on here. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. So my name is Soof Hirschmann. I'm the founder of SoofCRM. I've been a resident CRM expert across several multi-billion-dollar companies like Wells Fargo and Rivian, and now I'm kind of on my own, spreading the CRM good news, wealth of knowledge, all that stuff to smaller businesses to help them optimize their systems and their customer relationship management strategy. So that's me in a nutshell. I was so excited that you reached out to me because I have so much to kind of share about CRM and about systems and how we can make systems work for ourselves. And like you said, work smarter, not harder. We, especially as small business owners or solopreneurs, we only have so many hours in the day. And, subtract your social life. I mean, what is a social life really? But subtract your family life and your personal stuff. And then you have less than 24 hours in a day. So how can we maximize that time to optimize and optimize our business and succeed, right? So I definitely think CRM is a crucial strategy to have. So again, CRM, customer relationship management. How are you tracking your interactions or your business's interactions with your customers? So off the bat, that's how are you tracking your sales calls or your leads? Once you do get customers, how do you track? Maybe they have customer service inquiries or renewals, which is awesome. How do you track all of those and make sure that those don't fall through the cracks? And then also another panel of that is marketing. How are you engaging with your customers at the marketing level? How are you reaching them via email, SMS, all of your other kind of, website, podcasts, all that kind of stuff? How are you reaching your customers and how are you keeping them engaged? And so my forte is the systems aspect of it. What systems are you using to kind of make the most of your time? So you can't mention CRM without Salesforce. Salesforce is kind of the biggest name in CRM, has a lot of different features and functionality. But a lot of people say that that's overkill, especially when we're talking about the small business solopreneur. You really don't need a whole Salesforce infrastructure to get that going. There are smaller, more user-friendly, excuse me, more user-friendly or like startup-friendly systems. HubSpot is one that I would love to mention. It's great because it has a free version and it's also super friendly to start up. Monday is also a good one. And Monday, you mentioned workflow management and project management. Monday is also a great one because it kind of incorporates CRM as well as project management and things like that. But if you're looking at customer service, let's say you have a lot of service calls, you have Zendesk and Zoho, those are great. And really what you want your CRM to do for you depends on your business. But some of the things that I feel like create value are, especially if you're a solopreneur, kind of those reminders, those automated, okay, well, this is how I want to, this is, what I did with my customer today. This is when I want to follow up. Remind me, because I'm going to forget, because I have 5 different people I'm speaking to right now and 6 different people next week. So remind me when to follow up. It kind of has those timing, automated reminders. You can automate your email templates. So let's say you go to a networking event, you meet 8 people, you have your email templates where you can kind of send out like, hey, it was great meeting you and all that kind of stuff. And of course you can personalize, but kind of making it work for you and making it engage with your customers the way that you want it to. I never think there's a one size fits all approach to business or sales or networking. And the systems that will help you the most are the ones that don't treat you like a one size fits all, let you personalize and kind of cater to your customers the way you want them to.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a lot. I have so much more to share.
Well, and I did write those down, and I'll post those. I'll put them in the show notes.
Yeah.
For you listening, if you're driving or out running or riding your bike or something, I will put those in the show notes and also in social media. So make sure you follow me for the rest of the week as I share some of these that Soof has talked about today. But I mean, your clientele is not just business owners, is that correct? Or is it primarily?
I mean, yeah, I feel like the need for a CRM becomes super, super clear once you have a sales team or a customer service team that you need to keep track of. So if you have people out in the field that are, making your sales calls or engaging with customers, you want, as a business owner or as like the sales VP especially, want to keep track of what your team is doing. People start that in Excel, and with Excel, I mean, it's a good place to start, but there's so much that can go wrong, and you really need to systematize that quickly. So you want to make sure that you have eyes on who all of your salespeople are talking to, make sure there's no overlap. Like, oh, well, I was talking to Casey and she said this, and then I was talking to Fred and he said that. So you have multiple salespeople talking, you don't want that. So making sure that you have kind of control over your salespeople, and then also just track what it is they're saying. Because once you hire a team, you need better eyes on that. As a business owner or as a sales lead, like you want to make sure that those people are representing your business the best way and making sales the way that, was agreed upon and everything. So it definitely gets clearer the more folks you have and the bigger your business is, the bigger your team is.
And is it a different, I guess it also probably depends on the size of your team, but also the industry. So what you're doing like can depend on.
Absolutely. Yeah. I always make the joke that every time I'm at like a networking event or a specific industry event, I hear about more systems and more CRMs that I've never heard of before. Now they're fewer and farther between because I really feel like I've heard them all.
Yeah.
But there are several different industries that have their own kind of niche CRMs and niche systems. I know lawyers have like Lawmatics and Clio. Those are the ones that I remember, but there are specific CRMs for like insurance brokers that relate to like quotes and actuarial sciences and all that kind of stuff. So it can get super specific to industry. The ones that I listed are more agnostic, and you can kind of make them work for anything, for almost anything. But yeah, whether you're a creative or you're focused on product-based sales or services, your needs are totally different. And so you want to find a system that works for you.
And how you help someone is identify which system would work best for them, but also for those of you who are not necessarily DIYers or think you are DIY, do-it-yourselfers, or think you are, but then run out of time because you can only, again, there's so many hours in the day. That is what you help people do, is set up that system and help.
Exactly. Yeah. So work smarter, not harder, right? You are the expert in your business, in your industry, and how you want to run things. that doesn't necessarily make you an expert in the systems that you choose to use. So that is where I come in. So I will come in, listen to you, understand, how do you sell? How do you do business? What does your team look like? How do you like to manage your own time? And how do you like to, are you a visual person? Do you like data? What drives you as a person, as a sales leader or as a business owner? And what does your industry look like? And then what systems can we put in place to enable you best? So that's one of my favorite things to do. But yes, once you already have that system, a lot of times where I'll be called in is, hey, I was sold this system. I've been given the keys. I don't know how to drive this thing. They promised me all these amazing automations and features and workflows, and I don't have the time to figure this out. I mean, you can YouTube and Google your way through it, but that will take you literally hours.
I've spent hours and hours and months trying to figure out the funnel system on my amazing new website. I love the platform, but it's just like, oh, and every time they have a weekly call, it's like, it's called office hours. It's
right. You mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay. And that's the thing, it's like all that does is fill up another notepad and more ideas. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I have to stop and focus, and then I stop listening to new ideas and just
Right.
get the things done, or hire someone that's a funnel expert, right?
Exactly. People literally spend their whole lives becoming experts in these specific platforms. So I'm definitely a jack of all trades when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like I've done CRM for, again, Wells Fargo Financial Services, in the legal agreements and doc negotiation space. I've gone into the EV space. That's kind of where I am right now with automotive and EVSE, like charging infrastructure. I've become an expert in a lot of these places, but people spend their entire lives on little bits and pieces. So I definitely think there's a lot of expertise to be leveraged out there. Yeah, and something that I saw, I'm reading the Trader Joe's book. Have you read that book?
There you go. I'll put that on my things
Yeah,
on my website. Okay.
I'm a TJ's obsessed person. I just like I'm a hardcore TJ's fan. And it's the founder of Trader Joe's, Joe Coulombe, wrote the book. And one of the things he said is, I'll butcher the quote, but it's something like, if you wait for the optimum strategy, you'll never find it. What you need to do is stick with a reasonable strategy, find a reasonable strategy, stick with it for long enough, and then you'll probably succeed. So if you wait to like perfect all of your different systems and all your different things, you're never going to get it. Reasonably, what you should do is find somebody who understands what's going on, like let them help you, and then that's how you can execute on your entire business strategy.
Well, and it's like how I coach people. It's like the ones that are afraid to take that step, or they say, even in life, it's like, oh, we're going to wait to have kids and start a family until we have more money or have more time. It's like, you will never have those things. If you're going to wait, you're always waiting. If you're going to wait to start your business, you're always going to be waiting.
100%.
When I was going through my coaching certification, we're a little off topic here, but it's about get it done, hire Soof. But it's like the people I saw going through the certification program, they're like, well, I need one more class. I need one more certification. I need one more thing. And one of my first classes was Step Up and Stand Out. And the homework was put it on Facebook, put it in an email that you're a coach. And I got 2 clients off of it. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the moral of that story is hire Soof and just get your CRM done. Get your shit done.
Don't wait for your CRM to be perfect, but find somebody to help you get there.
And don't wait for you to have enough salespeople or enough like people, team, all that. Cause that's the thing is like,
that's another big thing. Yeah.
Processes and procedures in place. So when you hired the people, that you can introduce this beautiful CRM to them then, instead of, and you can tweak it, right? You can always tweak it as you add more people and go, this doesn't work right, or we want it to generate this other report, tweak it. So get in there, call Soof. How can they reach you?
Sure. I love what you said there. Iterate, right? Like that is my middle name. As soon as you hire me, I'm like, well, we'll start with this now, and then we can improve and iterate later. We'll see if this works. If it works, great. Yeah. How you can reach me. So you can reach me on SoofCRM.com. That's the easiest way. I have my contact form. You can schedule some time with me and we can look at your tech stack, whether that's CRM, marketing, all of your different systems. How are they working for you? You can find me on LinkedIn, Soof Hirschmann. But yeah, SoofCRM, that's the easiest way.
Awesome. Yes. Find her or reach out to me. I can get you in touch with her. And oh, one last question. What's, I guess, maybe the biggest frustration or challenge you've seen within this CRM world?
Sure. One of the biggest frustrations I've seen, and I have a little story to share on this,
Okay.
is people implement, right? They implement and they're like, well, everyone said that this was going to be super valuable. Where do I see value? How am I like, how do I get everything that was promised to me? So one of my clients, they implemented Salesforce. They got all their sales teams to use it and everything. And she was like, all right, well, now I want the data. I want to see like, how is this benefiting me? How can I see what my salespeople are up to? All that kind of stuff. So, and one of the things she was extremely curious about was how her sales process is working and how her salespeople are kind of moving their customers through the process from, discovery to quoting to negotiation to closing the deal. How is that all happening? So what I did was I took basically what the salespeople are doing, took their actions, and I built some clever little automations where I would be able to track, all right, well, how long was a deal in any specific step of the process, and how long, and then how many of those deals ended up converting to a closed deal. And then that was a bunch of clever little automations. And then I helped her visualize all of that. So I created a dashboard. And that's one of the biggest things on this is you want to see where your customers are at, what your salespeople are doing, what problems your customers are having. So I created a dashboard to be able to visualize all of this information, and not just like, it's not just in spreadsheets, it's in beautiful charts and graphs. And you can literally see, I'm losing customers when I negotiate. Something is happening in my negotiation that is just driving folks away. So are we too aggressive? Is there a specific sales or like pricing plan that people are looking for that we're not able to offer? What's going on in my negotiations? And then she was able to dig and like dive down into that and understand what's going on. So I think visualization is one of the biggest value adds that you can get from implementing a system, is getting that data back to you. I mean, we're in the land of big data right now. Getting that information back to you, back in your hands, empowering the business owner, the sales leader, the service leader to make data-driven decisions, right? That's the name of the game.
And that's what's cool is, like you said, the visual people who like the visuals at the dashboard. If they want the spreadsheets, they can have the spreadsheets. And
yeah, exactly. And like that's what's so important, is understanding how people operate and what moves them and how we can find a system that works for them.
I love it. I love it. All right. So everyone reach out to her. Soof CRM, SOOF as in Frank, CRM as in Mary.com. Find her, hire her, get your shit done before tomorrow.
I love it.
Start being more efficient, start being more productive, and make more money, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Soof, and thanks, listeners, for being here. If you know someone who needs this, please share the podcast or Soof's information with them. And until next time, stay badass. Cheers.